My beloved child, do you long for more? Do you feel the ache in your soul, that quiet whisper that tells you there must be more to life than this? I place that longing within you. It's the echo of eternity in your heart, calling you home to me. You were not made to merely survive this world. You were not created to chase after empty things, to live for moments that pass like the wind. You were created for purpose, for joy, for abundance. Not just material but soul deep, everlasting. And I tell you now with love and urgency, I am the way. I am the way to the life you were always meant to live. You've tried many paths. The world has offered you promises wrapped in gold, success, recognition, pleasure, power. You've pursued them, hoping that they would fill the emptiness inside. And yet, here you are, still hungry, still searching. That's because your soul wasn't made to be satisfied by temporary things. You were made for something higher. You were made for me. I do not say this to condemn you, I say it because I love you. I see how tired you are. Tired of pretending, tired of striving, tired of trying to hold everything together. You weren't meant to carry it all on your own. You weren't meant to walk alone through the darkness. You weren't meant to navigate life without me. Let me be your way. Let me be the one who shows you how deeply you are loved, not because of what you do but because of who you are. You don't have to earn my love. You already have it, completely, unconditionally, eternally. When you walk with me, the burdens become lighter. Not because life becomes easier but because I carry the weight with you. I give you strength when yours is gone. I give you peace that this world cannot give. I give you hope that does not fade. The life I offer is not a fantasy. It is real. It is built on truth and it is rooted in my love. It is a life where you can wake up each day with purpose. A life where your pain is not wasted, where your wounds become testimonies, and your brokenness becomes beauty. A life where even in suffering you can find meaning. I am the way to healing, not just physical healing but healing of your heart, your mind, your past. There is no wound I cannot tend to, no scar I cannot redeem. I do not see you as damaged, I see you as precious. When the world tells you that you are not enough, I whisper, you are mine. You are deeply loved. You are chosen. Come to me with your regrets, your failures, your guilt. Bring me the places that you've been hiding, the ones you're ashamed of. I do not turn away from your darkness. I step into it with light. I do not reject you, I embrace you. I do not shame you, I restore you. The better life I give is not just about your circumstances, it's about your soul. It's about waking up with peace instead of panic. It's about knowing who you are because you finally know whose you are. It's about being able to forgive, to let go, to move forward with grace. It's about transformation from the inside out, not just behavior but identity. I came not just to save you for eternity but to walk with you now, to give you new life, today. I am not distant. I am not waiting for you to fix yourself before coming to me. Come just as you are and I will begin the transformation. I am the way through your confusion. I am the way through your grief. I am the way through your trauma, your pain, your past. I am the way to your future, brighter than you ever dared to dream. I will show you how to live freely, not enslaved by fear but filled with faith, not bound by shame but covered in grace, not defined by your mistakes but by my mercy. The path with me isn't always easy but it is always worth it. There will be moments of testing. There will be valleys. But through it all you will never walk alone. My hand will never let go of yours. Even when you stumble, I will lift you. Even when you doubt, I will reassure you. Let go of the lesser things. Let go of what cannot satisfy. Let go of the lies that tell you you're not enough. And take my hand. Walk with me into the life you were born for. The life where you no longer have to pretend. The life where you are fully seen, fully known, and fully loved. The life where your past doesn't define you, but my love redefines you. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. Come to me and live. Not just survive, not just exist, but truly live. With purpose, with peace, with power. This is your invitation. Are you ready? I have been waiting. I see you. Before you utter a word, before you make a move, before you take a breath, I see you. Not just the you that the world sees. Not just the you that smiles when you're breaking inside. Not just the version of you that tries so hard to hold everything together. No, I see the depths of who you truly are. I see your thoughts, your fears, your longings, your secrets. I see the nights when you lie awake, wondering if things will ever change. I see the tears you hide, the questions you bury, the battles you fight in silence. And I want you to know, you were never meant to do this alone. This life, your life, was never meant to be a story of survival. It was meant to be a story of transformation. It was meant to be a journey of becoming, not by your strength, but by my grace. Because I didn't come to make you religious. I came to make you new. You may have walked through things that tried to define you. Betrayal, rejection, failure. You may carry labels that others placed on you. Unworthy, broken, forgotten. But I have a different name for you, beloved. You don't have to keep chasing identity in the approval of people. You don't have to keep performing for love or hustling for worth. You are already deeply known and still completely loved. You don't have to be perfect for me to walk with you. You only need to be willing. I want to take your story, the messy parts, the hidden parts, the hurting parts, and write something beautiful. Not by erasing your past, but by redeeming it. Not by changing who you are, but by restoring who you were created to be. I am the way to your real identity. The world will tell you that your worth depends on your image, your status, your performance. But I tell you, your worth is rooted in my love. It's not something you earn, it's something you receive. It's not something fragile, it's eternal. I created you on purpose for purpose. Every gift in you was planted by my hands. Every dream in your heart was whispered by my spirit. But somewhere along the way, the noise of the world drowned out my voice. And that's why I'm calling you back, not to religion, but to relationship. You don't need to climb your way up to me. I already came down to you. I walked your roads. I felt your pain. I bore your burdens. I died your death. And I rose again so that you could rise too. The better life I offer is not found in escaping your circumstances, but in being transformed within them. When you walk with me, your heart begins to heal. You begin to see with new eyes. Your burdens become opportunities for breakthrough. Your wounds become doors to deeper love. I want to teach you how to breathe again. How to live not from fear, but from faith. Not from exhaustion, but from rest. Not from anxiety, but from peace that surpasses understanding. You were never designed to carry guilt like a second skin. You were never meant to live haunted by your past. Come to me and I'll teach you how to let go. Let go of what was and embrace what can be. Let me walk with you into a life where your heart is whole. Where your joy is not dependent on circumstances. Where your soul is anchored even when storms come. Where your dreams are revived, not crushed. Where your relationships are built on truth, not performance. I want to be the center of your life, not to control you but to set you free. Free from comparison. Free from fear of the future. Free from shame. Free from everything that's been holding you back. I'm not just the destination, I am the journey. Each step with me is a step into something better. Better doesn't mean easier, it means eternal. It means you'll finally know what it is to be fully alive. It means your life will begin to bear fruit. Love, joy, peace, patience. Not because you're striving, but because you're rooted in me. This better life I offer, it's not fantasy. It's not wishful thinking. It's not reserved for the religious or the righteous. It's for the weary, the wandering, the wounded. It's for you. All I ask is that you trust me with your heart. That you take the first step, even if it's trembling. Even if you're unsure. Even if all you have is a whisper, Jesus, help me. I will answer. I always do. Let me lead you. Let me love you. Let me walk with you into the life you've always longed for. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to clean yourself up first. You don't have to pretend anymore. Just come. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. And I am here. For you. Forever. I know how weary you are. I see you walking through this life with questions that no one seems to answer. I hear the quiet sighs in the night, the ache of your heart that no one else notices. But I do. I see it all. I hear it all. I feel it with you. You've tried to carry the weight of life on your own. You've worn a smile for the world while your soul cried out behind closed doors. You've been strong for others, but who has been strong for you? You've been faithful to show up, even when your own heart was breaking. You've survived more than most people will ever know. But child, you weren't meant to merely survive. You were created to live, truly, abundantly, freely. And that's why I came. Not to give you religion. Not to burden you with rules or condemn you for your flaws. But to offer you rest. To give you something better. To bring you home. You may not know how to get there. You may not know what home even feels like. But I do. And I want to take you there. Let me carry the parts of your heart you've been hiding. Let me hold the grief you've buried too deep for words. Let me sit with you in the silence and show you that even there, you are never alone. The better life I offer doesn't always mean the path will be smooth, but it means you will never again walk it without me. I want to trade your anxiety for peace, your striving for stillness, your shame for grace, your fear for faith, your loneliness for my presence. You think you have to fix yourself before coming to me, but child, I never asked for that. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not waiting for you to get it all together. I'm looking for your heart, even if it's bruised, even if it's tired, even if it's unsure. Just bring me what you have, and I will make it enough. You may wonder why you still feel empty even when everything around you looks fine. It's because I created you for more than this world can give. I placed eternity in your heart, and only eternal love can fill that space. I am not distant or indifferent to your suffering. I walked the road of pain. I cried tears like yours. I bore the weight of rejection, of betrayal, of abandonment. And I did it so that you would never have to face those things alone. The better life I offer begins when you stop running. When you stop pretending. When you stop trying to earn what I've already given freely, my love. Do you know what freedom feels like? It feels like no longer measuring yourself by the world's expectations. It feels like finally believing you are enough, simply because you are mine. It feels like walking through storms and still having peace. It feels like discovering who you were created to be, and walking boldly in that identity. I see so much potential in you. I placed gifts in you that you've yet to discover. I placed dreams inside you that haven't died, they're just waiting to be awakened. Let me breathe life into them again. You're not too far gone. You're not too broken. You're not too late. You are right on time. Because this is your moment to come alive. This is the moment where the story begins to change. Not because you have the power, but because you're choosing to let me in. Let me show you that love is not a performance. Let me prove to you that grace is stronger than guilt. Let me remind you that your story is not over, it's just beginning. The better life I give is not just a destination, it's a daily walk with me. Step by step, moment by moment, learning to trust, learning to breathe, learning to hope again. And even when you stumble, I will not leave your side. Even when you doubt, I will remain faithful. Even when you cannot feel me, I am still holding you. Let me be your strength when yours is gone. Let me be your peace in the chaos. Let me be your anchor in the storm. Let me be your light in the dark. Let me be your healer, your helper, your friend. Let me be your home. You don't have to wander anymore. You don't have to fight alone. You don't have to live numb or lost or afraid. There is more for you. There is life. There is healing. There is hope. I am that life. I am that hope. I am the way. So come, just as you are. With your doubts, your fears, your mess, your longing. Let me show you who you truly are. Let me show you who I truly am. Let me lead you into the life you were born for. A better life. A new life. Real life. With me. Forever. You've been searching. Searching for something real. Something lasting. You've tried to find it in success, in people, in perfection, in distractions. But nothing satisfies. Nothing fills that space within your soul. Do you know why? Because your heart was created for me. You were made not just to exist, but to truly live. And not by the patterns of this world, but by the rhythm of my grace. You weren't created to perform, to impress, to pretend. You were created to belong. And you belong with me. From the very beginning, I shaped you in love. I breathed life into you with purpose. Every detail of who you are, your laugh, your dreams, your voice, your soul, was crafted with care. I made you to reflect my light, to carry my hope, to walk in my truth. But somewhere along the way, the world told you lies. That you're not enough. That you have to earn love. That your past disqualifies you. That you have to fix yourself before you come to me. But listen closely, my child, those are not my words. That is not my voice. My voice speaks life, not shame. My heart says, come, not clean yourself up first. I don't require you to climb mountains to reach me. I already came down for you. I came to shatter every lie that's held you back. To break every chain you've carried for far too long. To silence the voice of condemnation and replace it with the sound of freedom. Do you want to know what a better life looks like? It's not about having more or doing more. It's about becoming who you truly are when you're fully loved. And you are fully loved right now in this very moment. A better life begins with one thing: surrender. Not the kind of surrender that feels like defeat. Not the kind that says you're weak or worthless. But the surrender that says, I trust you more than I trust my fears. The surrender that allows me to lift the burdens you were never meant to carry. The surrender that opens the door for me to heal what's been broken, restore what's been lost, and renew what's grown weary. Let me into those places. The parts of your heart you've hidden. The questions you're afraid to ask. The wounds you thought time would heal but still ache in silence. I'm not afraid of your mess. I'm not disgusted by your doubts. I'm not walking away because of your failures. I died with your shame on my shoulders so you could rise without it. And now I call you into something deeper. Not a life of endless striving, but a life of rest in me. Not a life of fear, but a life rooted in love. Not a life of wandering, but a life led by purpose. You don't need to figure everything out to walk with me. You only need to take the next step. I will guide you. I will teach you how to hear my voice in the quiet. I will show you beauty where you only saw ashes. I will give you joy that isn't dependent on circumstances. The world may offer quick fixes, empty promises, and temporary highs, but I offer living water. I offer peace that transcends understanding. I offer a love that never leaves. Yes, there will still be storms, but with me you will not be shaken. Yes, there will still be questions, but with me you will never walk alone. Let me remind you who you really are. You are not a mistake. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. You are mine. I am the vine. You are the branch. And when you remain in me, your life will bear fruit. Not because of your effort, but because of my presence in you. You will become a light in dark places, a voice of peace in chaos, a vessel of my love to a world desperate to feel it. This is the better life I offer. A life lived in step with my spirit. A life where every breath becomes a prayer. Where every moment becomes sacred. Where even the pain becomes a place of purpose. You don't have to keep searching, striving, or settling. I am here. The door is open. And I am ready to walk with you, not just for a moment, but for eternity. So come to me just as you are. Let me take your hand. Let me lead you into the life you were always meant to live. A life of freedom. A life of purpose. A life of love. I know it feels dark sometimes. I know what it's like to wake up and still feel the weight you tried to forget the night before. To smile for others while something deep inside you aches for more. To walk through life surrounded by people yet feel unseen, unknown, untouched. I see the heaviness you carry in your chest, that silent longing to be truly understood. I want you to know I see you. You are not invisible to me. I see the dreams you've buried beneath disappointment. I see the questions that echo through your soul in the quiet of the night. Will things ever change? Is there more to life than this? Am I really loved, or just tolerated? Let me answer you, not with just words but with my presence. Yes, there is more. Yes, I love you. Yes, I have something better for you, not later, not someday, but starting right now. I am not a distant God waiting for you to get your life together. I am not pacing heaven disappointed by your struggles. No, I am here beside you within reach. I never asked you to climb your way up to me. I came down to you. And I did it so that you would never again have to walk in darkness. Child, I am the light you've been looking for. Not a flicker. Not a flash. But a steady, eternal flame that will not be extinguished by your pain, your doubts, or your past. I came to rescue, not the righteous but the weary. I came to heal, not the perfect but the brokenhearted. I came to restore, not the proud but the ones who have nothing left to prove. And I came for you. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to perform. You don't have to explain your pain. I already know it and I felt it with you. I know what it's like to be betrayed by those closest, to cry alone, to feel the silence of unanswered prayers, to carry a cross meant for someone else. But I also know the power of resurrection, and I want to bring that power into your life. Not just to fix what's broken, but to transform it. Not just to remove your pain, but to give it purpose. Not just to guide you through the storm, but to make you a beacon of light for others who are lost in it. This is what a better life looks like with me. It's not a life free from trouble, but a life full of peace in the midst of it. It's not a life where you're never weak, but where my strength carries you. It's not about avoiding the valleys, it's about discovering that I am with you in them. The better life is not always easier, but it is fuller. Because it's full of me. When you walk with me, you walk with hope that doesn't fade. With love that doesn't fail. With grace that doesn't run out. I will light your path when you cannot see. I will speak truth when lies try to drown your worth. I will carry you when your legs can no longer move forward. And even when you feel lost, know this. You are never lost to me. I know every twist of your story. I see every scar, every setback, every silent prayer. And I am weaving it all into a testimony of redemption. I want you to see yourself the way I do, not as a failure but as chosen. Not as damaged but as valuable. Not as forgotten, but as deeply known and unshakably loved. You may feel like you're in the middle of a mess, but to me, you are in the middle of a miracle. Let me show you what beauty looks like on the other side of surrender. Let me walk with you through every valley until you see the mountaintop. Let me teach you to breathe again, not just with your lungs, but with your soul. Because a better life is not found in more things. Not in perfect circumstances. Not in applause or approval. It's found in me. I am the better life. I am the stillness when your heart is racing. I am the answer when the world gives you noise. I am the light when you cannot find your way. And I will not leave you. Not when you fall. Not when you fail. Not when you forget. not even when you run. I will chase you with grace. I will wait for you with kindness. I will hold you with compassion. So come just as you are, with your wounds, with your worries, with your weariness. You don't have to impress me. You don't have to hide from me. You only need to say yes. Let me love you. Let me lead you. Let me light the way forward. And together we will walk into a life that is more real, more radiant, and more beautiful than you ever imagined. Have you ever stopped to wonder what your story would look like if it were written with my hands? Not the version shaped by pain. Not the one defined by mistakes. Not the chapters where people walked away, where your heart broke, where you felt unworthy of love. But the story I imagined when I first formed you, when I whispered you into existence with purpose, with passion, with a future. You see, I know the whole of you, not just the parts you show to others, not just the highlights you share when you feel strong, but the whole you. I know the shadows you hide behind your smile. I know the things you've done that make you feel like you've gone too far. I know the nights you've cried yourself to sleep, and the mornings you wished you didn't have to get out of bed. And still, I choose you. Not a cleaned up version of you. Not a version that gets everything right. But the real you. The one with questions. The one with scars. The one who's tired of pretending and just wants to be free. Yes, free. Because that's what I came to give you. Not religion. Not rules. Not rituals. But freedom. Real, deep, soul-filling freedom. I didn't come to make you look holy on the outside. I came to awaken the holiness already buried inside you. To pull it out. To breathe life into it. To set it on fire with purpose. You were never meant to live a half-life. A life weighed down by shame. Drained by comparison. Numbed by disappointment. I made you for so much more. I made you to live in the light, not just visit it. To walk in peace, not just chase it. To know love, not just wonder if you deserve it. And here's the truth, you do. Not because you earned it, but because I gave it, fully, freely, finally. I gave my life not to condemn you but to redeem you. I took every burden, every sin, every broken piece of you, and I made it mine. Not to shame you, but to set you free from it all. When I stretched out my hands on the cross, I wasn't just showing you my wounds, I was showing you your worth. And now I'm inviting you into something better. Not just survival, not just existence, but the kind of life that pulses with meaning and overflows with joy even in the middle of chaos. I'm inviting you into transformation, to step out of your old story, the one written by fear, by failure, by the words of people who didn't see your worth, and step into my story for you. A story where you are a new creation. A story where your past no longer has power. A story where shame has no place and grace has no limits. Yes, there will still be hard days. There will still be battles. But the difference is, you won't face them alone. I will be with you in every fire. I will be your strength when you are weak. I will be your rest when you can't go on. I will be your song in the silence, your anchor in the storm, your truth in a world of noise. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to carry the pressure of becoming something great. Just come to me. Just give me your yes. Even if it's trembling. Even if it's small. Give me your life and I will give you mine. My peace. My hope. My future. Let me rewrite your story, not with ink but with blood and grace. Let me take your broken lines and turn them into poetry. Let me take what the world called worthless and make it a miracle. There is nothing too lost that I cannot find. Nothing too dark that my light cannot reach. Nothing too messy that my love cannot redeem. You were made for more than pain. More than fear. More than the opinions of others. More than surviving another day. You were made to walk in truth. To be rooted in love. To run free in grace. To live a life so transformed, others can't help but ask, what happened to you? And you'll smile. Because you'll know the answer. You met me. And I changed everything.